Welcome back, my barbecue friends. Did you know that pickled red onions is a Texas staple and a must for barbecue? I'll tell you what, we have been making these pickled red onions around here at my house more often than not. You'll usually find them in the fridge anytime you open it up because we're starting to use it on everything. So, what we're going to do today is a real simple task, nothing hard. If I can do it, you can do it. I'll make two different styles of pickled red onions. One style will just be onions themselves. The other one is going to have a kick. I'm going to use jalapenos and pepper. So let's get started. So if you're looking to enhance that barbecue greatness,
Enhance. Enhance.
look no further. This is definitely one of the first things you want to try. Now, you can cut these any which way you like. For me, this is the particular way I do it. I go ahead and cut off each end. Get that out of the way. And I'll just make a slice down the middle. Man, these smell great already. This is how I prefer to make my cuts. I make them about 1/4 inch thick. You can go thinner. Go ahead and take your onions, separate these apart. You always eat with your eyes first. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these in here. As I'm doing this, I'm actually going to start running some hot water in the sink because I need to fill up this bowl because I'm going to dip these in hot water for about 1.5 minutes to reduce the amount of onion flavor. Now, you don't have to do that. If you like full-blown onion flavor, you don't have to wash these in water at all. You can just simply move forward with adding the vinegar, the salt, kosher salt, and the sugar. But I'm going to just simmer these down just a little bit. Okay, the water is now hot. I'm just going to get me a bowl like this. Okay, as you can see here, I've got this filled up with hot water. I'm going to let this sit for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. What I need to do now is go ahead and get me the white vinegar poured out. Now, I'm going to do 1.5 cups of white vinegar. And this is going to be separated out between both of those containers. Okay. I also need to add in 1.5 cups of hot water. That's one. And we'll call it 2. Good enough. If you go over on the mix, it's not that big a deal. The next thing to add is 2 tablespoons of sugar. I've already got it measured out, so I'll just dump this in here. And 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. There you go. That's all that takes. We'll just mix this up. Set that aside for a minute. And go back to my onions. I'm going to go ahead and let this water drain off, and then I will be right back. All right, I pulled the onions out of the water. I'm just going to take roughly half of these, put them in this jar. Now this is just going to be my plain jar. And what you want to do is the end product, you're going to set these jars in the fridge and let this stuff absorb overnight so that by this time tomorrow, 24 hours at least, you'll see this whole thing be completely red and all of the onions will be nice and mixed up. Set that aside. So I'll go ahead and pour in my mix. Let me get this stirred up just one more time. Okay. Go ahead and fill this up. I might be running low on mix. Well, folks, I think I'm going to have to make another batch of the 1.5 cups. I didn't realize that these jars were this big. So this is going to be just the plain pickled onions. I'm going to make another batch of the water with the vinegar, and then we'll do it with this container here that's going to have the spices in it. Okay, I've mixed up another batch of the brine. I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these onions into this jar. And I actually haven't tried adding the crushed red peppers and jalapenos to one of these. So this will be different. I'm sure my wife will be excited about this one. She loves jalapenos. I'm not a super big fan about jalapenos because I don't like that much spice. But you know what? It's not always about me, right? Go ahead and fill this back in. I've already got just a little bit of handful of jalapenos. I'm going to dump those in there. I've got a tablespoon of crushed red peppers. We'll add that. We'll just give this a good mix. Well, that looks tasty. I think I might like this one. And that's it, really. Let's get this closed up. And these are going to go in the fridge. Just like that. Let me know down in the comments what you guys have added pickled red onions to. We've been using them on fajita tacos. We've used it on brisket tacos. We put this. What else we put this on? Let me know down in the comments what you guys have put pickled red onions on. We've used this from fajita beef tacos to brisket tacos. We put this in soup. I mean, you can do everything from soup. You could put these on steak.
Did you say steak?
If you want to make great barbecue that's not going to disappoint your family or your guests, consider subscribing to my channel. I'll bring you all the best content I got, the do's and don'ts, because trust me, I've done both. I'm Todd with Lone Star Smoke Barbecue. We'll see you next time.